Alrighty, it's Wednesday. That means plants and garden expert Craig Hignight is joining us live to answer all of your burning questions. Good morning, Craig.
Good morning.
So, of course, as you know, we're taking all of our questions live right now on our Facebook page. But I want to start with one really big question of the day. You can see the leaves are all over the ground, all over the place. And the biggest question is to rake or not to rake?
Oh, we always rake. You don't want to leave that on the lawn. If they mat down under the rain and snow, there's not going to be any lawn left by the time spring gets here.
Why would some people not rake them? What's the logic behind that?
Lazy.
Okay.
Oh. I was going to say, like,
No, I mean, really, I know it takes time. I had a yard up until a few years ago.
Right.
But you want to get them, and you can mulch. You don't have to rake them. You can mulch them up right on the lawn with your lawnmower, but blow those windrows around that come out of the lawnmower so they're evenly spaced and not in giant clumps smothering the grass.
All right.
that makes sense.
Yeah, it's going to be a good weekend for that, too.
It is. It's going to be beautiful this weekend. Our next question is from Kathy. How long can I leave green onions in my garden?
Green onions, they can take a light frost, but I would not let the ground get anywhere near freezing around them because it's definitely going to damage them.
All right, we've got a viewer asking, we planted new shrubs in early October, watered daily until this recent frost. Should we get the hoses out again?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, our ground is not going to actually freeze until just about Christmas time. We might get a little frost on the top, but the ground will not seize up until Christmas, so still do some watering. And as always, it depends on how much rain we get.
It's very true. Dana was wondering, when is the best time to spray for Creeping Charlie?
Well, Creeping Charlie, you can spray once the temperature goes above 40 degrees on a regular basis in the spring, and you can spray until the temperature drops below 40 degrees, and this is nighttime temperature in the fall. I think we've missed our window for this year to take on Creeping Charlie.
Someone wants to know, what is the best way to winterize my 15-foot by 15-foot strawberry patch?
Okay, you're going to want to go ahead and get straw. You're going to break it on the driveway, fluff it up, and carry just the shaft of the straw over to the bed. Should be put on about 5 to 6 inches thick, and then you might want to throw a netting over it to keep it in place so it doesn't blow all over the place. And you've got to get this done before we get down to 20 degrees at night. At that point, you start losing next year's flower buds, which are already on the plant.
All right, well, we're going to go to break, but keep submitting all of your questions. We're going to answer them coming up next. All right, welcome back. We're going to answer more of your questions. I believe, Pete, you got one.
Yeah,
lined
we
up
got
for us.
one. This is from James. I have a Prime Arc Freedom Blackberry vine on a trellis. Am I supposed to prune it, and when?
Okay, you're only going to prune out the canes that had fruit on them this year. And you're not going to do that pruning until next spring. And you're going to take those stems down to about 4 inches above the ground. If you've got the plant on a trellis, you might want to consider putting some burlap around it. That dry winter wind can really dry them out and cause freezer burn during the winter.
Tom wants to know when to cut back hydrangeas.
Well, two schools of thought. Some people want their garden absolutely clean. They're out pruning them right now. Other people like those flowers as against the winter snow. So you're not just looking at plain snow during the winter, and you can cut them back in the spring. Either way, they're going to be just fine.
Tim was wondering what type of lighting is best for my plants I brought indoors for the winter.
Well, actually, anymore, the best lighting is LED lights. They have the broadest spectrum. They use the least amount of electricity because you should be leaving those lights on for 16 hours a day to mimic the middle of summer for the plant.
Wow. All right, what is the best time to trim a Japanese maple?
After the ground freezes, it's going to be about another month before we want to really get into pruning on those. And definitely, Japanese maples, and definitely don't go near your oak trees until the ground is frozen.
All right, Lori was asking, are arbor vitae, maybe trees?
Vita.
Vita. That's why we have Craig here. Trees did not bud this year, although last year they did bud a lot. Is this normal?
Well, it could be that they were stressed coming out of winter this last year. It was a fairly dry winter. That's why I'm telling people, especially on evergreens, plants that don't drop their leaves during the winter, they should be fully hydrated when the ground freezes out around Christmas time so they don't dry out during the winter.
All right, I got another one, and this is a personal one because I'm very into it, and I know Ava and I talked about it.
Yes.
Christmas trees at Wallace's. They're in. We're big fans of them. What do we have this year?
Well, we have the Fraser firs, and there are some Alberta spruces that are in pots. And the new thing is this year, every tree has a name.
I love it.
It's
We're
so good.
naming every Christmas tree
I
this
absolutely
year.
love it. I was saying to Pete and Craig before we came back, where I grew up, all of our Christmas trees had names every year for as long as I could remember. I think it's so creative.
How many did you name?
I had to do 25.
25.
It's
What's your
hard
favorite?
doing 25 names.
I know.
Yes.
What's your favorite name?
Arbuthnot.
Arbuthnot.
Go in and buy Arbuthnot, please. He wants a home
You're gonna
for
have to beat me.
Christmas.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. I really love that. Do you have a favorite type of Christmas tree at all?
Well, I have to admit, I'm still a Fraser fir person. You know, they hold their needles the best, and I know you like the noble.
I'm a big noble
That's
guy.
right.
I love my nobles.
But they can be a little touchy.
They're a little finicky. That's okay. We still love them.
All right, we're going to wrap up this Christmas tree conversation. We're going to go to break, but make sure you join our Facebook every Wednesday. Submit your questions and be part of our conversation. We'll be right back.